Hey there, everybody. I am Red from the Send More Robots crew, and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, today's Thursday, which means there is a new update today. I bet you're wondering what you're going to get your hands on, and wondering what these weird-looking objects are. Well, today's update actually includes a couple of things. One is the big one, which is new blocks included, which is upgradable modular systems for the refinery and the assembler. So each one of these is actually designed to fit the assembler and the refinery so that you can create different forms of either productivity, energy efficiency, or effectiveness. And each one does something different. So this one right here that actually looks like two generators is productivity, as far as I know, or it's efficiency. No, it's not efficiency. It's productivity. It's actually on my toolbar. So let's take a look. So as you can see, it's efficiency. Yes, it is. So it's power efficiency, which is this. It looks like the two generators. And if you actually go into your G menu and scroll all the way down, it's actually right next to all of the new ones that they just put in. So right next to the cryo chamber and whatnot. The one in the middle is the effectiveness. So this improves the effective nature in which it produces ore or it refines materials, things like that. And then finally, this is the productivity one. So this creates more productivity, but it does absorb more power. So this takes more energy in order to use. So you could couple that with that over there and kind of balance it out. But I'm going to show you what it looks like on the actual refinery and assemblers. So as you can see right here, I've just mounted a bunch of them on top. We will go into actually each one individually and I will show you what it looks like. So if you look down here, you can actually see with all of it, it's productivity 500%. So this thing produces more ingots and more refined ores than any of the other two will do. Then of the three, this is the most productive one. But it will also consume more power. So as you can see, it requires 2.8 milliwatts. It's a lot. It requires a lot more power just to use. We're going to move on to the efficiency one. So this is the, effectiveness. So as you can see, it's 200% effectiveness. This actually doesn't require near as much power to use, but it is more effective in creating the ingots. It doesn't create them as fast, but it creates them more effective while condensing down how much space you're using per box. So you can actually have more inside of a refinery than you would normally. All right. So moving on to the last one. This is, of course, the power efficiency. So as you can see, it takes 500% power efficient. Now, the other assemblers, as you've seen, or the other refineries, excuse me, a little mucusy today. As you can see, this is 112 kilowatts max. That's how much it needs. And it's these other ones, 562.8 milliwatts. This one doesn't require as much. So, I mean, completely maxed out, this is the most power efficient. If you're on solar panels only and you need to use a refinery, it's great. So you can mix and match them as you want to. So, like, I could take that out, put that in, and now it has the productivity one as well. So it actually will produce better as well. See, it's still in the kilowatts. It's not taking much energy. It has more productivity. So we can mix and match these however we want to make them usable for whatever we need. As far as I know, the materials for each one is exactly the same. So it doesn't matter, like, if you have 5 of these on here and you're like, oh, I don't need as much I don't need as much power effectiveness. I'll grind one down and turn it into something else. You don't have to go out and grab the new supplies. You just plop it right back down as a new one. Now, the assembler actually has can actually have them as well. And if you I'll delete this. You can actually see the ports. It's got the 2 new ports right here you can plug it into. You can plug it into the main ports right there as well. It doesn't matter. As long as it connects to 2 ports, that's what's important. So it'll connect up that way. But as you can see, it takes the productivity one, the power efficiency, and then it takes productivity. So those are the 2 that this one actually take. If you try to put the effectiveness one on there, as you can see, it gives you the red lines. This means it is not compatible with the assembler. I guess they did that for a reason, probably just to keep down I mean, the assembler can only be so effective, to be honest. But I don't know why they did it, to be honest. But it makes sense that there's limitations considering how much smaller this is compared to that. And the final thing they did, just kind of like indicator-wise, they did this. So as you can see, the green symbols indicate that it's connected properly, that it has power between the 2 ports. What is bouncing? Oh, okay. But it has power between the 2 ports, so it's green, 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 green. However, the red indicators actually indicate that this thing is not connected to something. So as you can see right here, it does not have a connection point, it's not hooked up to anything. Now, if I go... Oh, let's go over here. We're going to turn off the power. Off. As you can see, like, it no longer emits light, but you can still see the connection points or what they were when it left off. So this is still red, this is still green, which is kind of a cool effect, to be honest, because now it's that dull color with everything powered off. And it still lets you know that your connections are bad, or they're not the appropriate connections for what you're looking for. Okay, and so for the final thing for this update, it's actually not a huge deal, but it is pretty helpful for situations like this. As you can see, I have tons and tons of little beacons out there. They're all over the place, like from remote controls, antennas, like GPS systems over there. It's kind of ridiculous. This is primarily meant for antennas, so if you go into push K and you hit info, they've actually added in some new sliders. So as you can see, show distance for friendly antennas, show distance for enemy antennas, and distance for owned antennas. So it kind of gives you a choice on which ones you're going to use. So let me cut this one down. This is owned. We're going to make this 100 meters. And you can control click this as well, so that you can get exactly what you're looking for. So now we'll exit out, and we'll look, and you can see every antenna that is not within 100 meters is gone. So it's pretty cool, and it's what's owned by me, primarily. It doesn't cut out the GPS ones, but you can always cut out GPS just by eliminating it from your saved GPS. Now, if we go into friendly, we'll cut that one down to 30. And now I see nothing. So it kind of cuts down on the clutter, to be honest, because there's times where you are literally working on something, and you're in this mode, and there's like 40 of these things just eating your screen. So it's cool that it's finally, they've finally implemented something that just makes it more user-friendly, to be honest. It makes it a lot simpler for everyone to just turn them off without actually turning them off, so if I need to get close to them, I can still see them, and I can still use them. So now, see, I'm 100 meters in, I can see the antenna. It works. It's a lot better. I really like it a lot better. But that is it for today's update. Yeah, that's about it that's going on. There was some interesting things I saw in there. The little developers one where there's a moddable thing that makes you a deer. It makes your head a deer. It's quite hilarious. But thank you all for joining me on this one. I am Red from the Sandbox Robots crew. As always, remember who you are and what you are. Don't go causing any trouble out there in that galaxy. And always remember, don't ever cut out a single hole. Because then you depressurize and decompress, and people die. Remember that. People die. Bye, guys!